Okay, everybody, I have to tell you about today's sponsors, our friends Heartwise Health LLC. Listen, I can tell you for myself, I've been working with them for a little over a year and I am stronger, faster, PRing in all my races, and I'm coming for that marathon. Maybe. But if you want to feel the same joy that I feel, if you want to improve when it comes to exercise, when it comes to running, with the use of science-based technology, personal and customized training plans, you got to check them out. Heartwise Health LLC founders Tori Parkinson and Jocelyn Fark are ready to help you reach your full potential and whatever that might be. And listen, it is fall. The fall is approaching everywhere except Florida because we don't celebrate. But if you want to feel the love, the air of the change of the season with new PRs in your races, new goals that you can reach, they are doing something cool. So there's a big fall sale that's going on where you get 10% off an 8-week training program or virtual lactate threshold testing until November. So you can get a discount on being awesome. You're already awesome, but we're trying to take your game to the next level. Definitely be sure to check them out, especially if you are looking to do some great things in this racing season and in and out of racing season. And you can find them at Heartwise Health LLC. That's when it comes to their website, heartwisehealthllc.com. You can also find them on Instagram, Heartwise Health LLC. And without further ado, please enjoy the episode. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, saints and inks, erms and germs? Welcome to Lactic Acid. I just had to make that up off the top. I don't even know what an erm
Germs
is,
and
but
germs is crazy.
well, we just had an incident prior to the podcast starting that
Oh,
um
yeah.
yeah, so we just had to go that. If you are a germ or whatever, listen, God still loves you. We love you. Lactic acid loves you. All thrill and no
Well,
filler. That's how we roll on
if you
here.
were a cockroach that happened to be in my bathroom and caused our podcast to be delayed by 10 minutes because I was running around my apartment with a mop trying to kill it, you can burn in hell. Sorry, Mr. Roach, but I was very afraid today.
Listen, it was we want to honor Sister Taylor Mascetta, who needs no introduction, aka T-Pain,
T-Pain!
on the beat. We want to honor her for her act of courage, um, in making sure that Roach was assisted on the gory or
Yeah,
wherever
it
it went.
got sucked up in the vacuum. Although I was literally smacking it with a mop and spraying it for almost 10 minutes, and it still somehow lived like three separate times. So kudos to the road Loki, but I mean, we still made it here. We're still going to be talking about worlds. It got a little dire about an hour ago because I thought I was gonna like be murdered, but you know what? We made it. We lived, and I'm looking forward to talking more about running and not roaches.
Yes, yes, that is that's a great segue. I have to, what did you spray it with?
It was we have like a mop that has like one of those spray things. I don't even remember the
Time out.
name
No,
of
no, no,
it.
no. You sprayed it with the Swipper, the wet jet spray.
Yeah, but I also sprayed it with this too. I sprayed it with like three or four different things.
No wonder that roach didn't die.
Well, you don't understand how much I sprayed on it. It
It just
should
got,
have died.
girl,
It
that
was
thing,
like it stopped moving. I thought it was dead. I turned around for 1 second. I go around and it was gone. I was like, luckily it was hiding under the bath mat. So,
it was drinking all the liquid because it was probably dehydrated.
oh God.
It just gave it super. It's gone now. It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. It's dead.
It's gone. It is dead. It is gone. It was a memory, but you know what else was a memory?
A good memory.
A good memory. That's a crazy segue. Um, from roaches to running, just elevation here on lactic acid. All throw it, no filler. That's how we roll in here. Um, the World Championships just took place, and you know, I just have to say this. There were some crazy storylines that came from Worlds, like obviously the competition, um, reading that um, goodness, the warm-up track was like 30 minutes possibly depending on the day, 30 minutes away from the actual track, which was which was something crazy. Um, and then also, waking up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock every day, catching the action. Shout out to the people who were so dedicated in doing that. I caught it action every day at
West
8:30.
Coast people.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was on Stay with Serenity and Keenan, who lives in Eugene. And I had the audacity to complain about getting up at 6 a.m. And he looked at me and he's like, I get up at 3 a.m. every day to watch this. And I was like, oh, you are like 3 hours behind me. So kudos to all the Eugeners. I don't know how you guys, I don't know how they did that because I was
I
already
don't
like losing so much sleep. But it was worth it. It was a fun meet. It was fun.
It was worth it. And shout out to Serenity Douglas. Taylor and I both made cameos on there. Say it with Serenity.
Say it was Serenity.
That was a great week and a half or 2 weeks of content. Or God, I forgot how long. A week
She
and a
went
half or
live
so.
every single day. That's my girl.
Every every freaking day. And she has some ballers on it. And you can go to her Instagram profile and you can check out all the episodes and stuff, including the ones Taylor and I was in. But shout out to Serenity. She was putting the team on her back with some amazing content, as well as all the other people who were doing incredible content um, over Worlds. But Worlds is over. The season is almost over. We still have one more meet that's going to go down in 2 weeks, and we'll
And I'll be
talk about, and we'll be there. We're going to talk about that at the end. But in just a few words, just a few words, can a sister tell us what was it about this track meet, this championship meet that stood out?
Oh man. I think if there's like one word to kind of like put it all together, it would be crazy. We saw some crazy performances. We saw some crazy disqualifications. We saw some crazy moments. We watched Jordy Beamish get stomped in the face during a crazy steeplechase. So there was just a lot going on this entire world cycle. I had a lot of fun. It was like I remember I was talking to people a couple days ago and I was like every day I would wake up and I would think, okay, I don't know if today can top yesterday. And pretty much every single day did in fact top the day before. Which is crazy because it was just a lot of it was just like so much excitement every single day. You literally never knew what was going to happen. We saw a lot of upset wins. We saw a lot of upset losses. I can't wait to dive into all of them, but I think yeah, crazy I think is a good word. I mean, it's a good word to sum it all up.
I would say unpredictable. Like,
Yeah, that's another good one.
who predicted that no Americans would make the men's 800-meter final? Like, I'm
Uh,
sorry. It's a sore
the
spot.
wound is still raw,
The lactic acid is still fresh. Like,
probably.
who predicted that? Who predicted that Let's Heal Tobogo only medal would come in the 4x4 and which Botswana won? And who predicted that we would get walked down in the pouring rain? Like, who predicted that? His only medal came in that meet.
But hey, well, isn't it the first African 4x4 relay medal ever? Not just
Yeah,
gold? I mean, I
yeah.
think he'd probably be happy with that. I still can't believe he didn't podium in the 200 though. That we'll dive into that, but that crazy.
Like,
Crazy.
who did not predict that? I mean, there's some things that are predictable. I think we all knew Melissa Jefferson was going to do her thing. We'll get into that. Like, who predicted the women's shot put? Like, who predicted that there would be an upset in the women's shot put? Who
Yeah.
predicted? Like, it is
Not
just
American on the javelin podium?
Curtis Thompson, Big Kurt. We
Hyped
got to
about
get
that.
you. Yes, we got to get you on the show, homie. We talked to Eugene. You already know what it is. Big Kurt. I think Mississippi State is where he went. But just a legend. Like, there were so many wonderful things. Who even like, and this I gotta before we forget, gotta give a shout out to somebody. Sister Shelly Ann Fraser Price.
Oh,
Shelly, I know you,
starting off sad.
and I'm so glad that you were able to leave and end your career with a medal. that came from the 4x4. But it was just all the things that we talked about. And it's so funny because we talk about it in the sports all the time. Like, we look at how a team is doing throughout the season, and it's like, oh, yeah, they're going to catch fire. But the college football playoff last year was the perfect reminder. Like, none of that matters. Like, you just have to play the game. Like, all of the top seeds in the college football playoffs lost. All of the number one seeds. And obviously, the eight seed, Ohio State, ended up winning the national championship, but nobody like predicted that.
You pre-planned that. You pre-planned
Actually,
bringing
actually,
them.
I did not. Actually, I didn't. I just kind of had to
Michigan
roll
still
with
beat
it.
you last year.
And we still won the national
Worst
championship.
Michigan team in the decade, this past decade, still managed to beat Ohio State and
and we
Columbus.
s- and we still managed to win a national championship while you guys were at home at
I
the I
don't
wish I was
care.
there bowl. You don't
I
have to
don't care.
care.
The
The
Natty TV doesn't count because you didn't beat Michigan.
It does. Y'all cheated to get yours. Now listen,
All right,
that's
no,
not
this is
just
a different conversation. This is a different
this
conversation.
is a different conversation.
Don't
This
get
is
me mad.
I'm not getting you mad. I'm just stating facts. It's the truth. The truth will set you free. The championship belongs in Columbus. But what is also the truth that crazy is such a it's the right word. Like it's the right word. And I think that's what made it so amazing. Like there were so many fresh faces too. Like the Jamaica like Tia Clayton and those obviously you saw like how she did, but so many fresh faces just came to the surface and so many people did so many wonderful things. You look at the women's 200. Her name is failing me, and I'm gonna get that because I want to give her the respect that she deserves. But she took
Anyhow,
home,
the silver?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, silver.
I got it. I got it. That was crazy.
You did. So, like crazy, all the words that we're using, just kind of describes the amazing meet that it was. And I know those athletes are tired and everything, but I mean, listen, it was unpredictable, but it was amazing and it was crazy. Going into it, what are some of the things that sticks out to you? This is going to be a memories-based things that you will remember. Like, what are some of the things that you will talk about seasons from now?
Well, I think there's one, and it's probably a bit of an elephant in the room because it was absolutely insane. Just picture the scene. I'm standing in my living room. It's fully 9 a.m. I should not be as awake as I am. But then the gun goes off for the women's 400. And I watch not one, but two women go under 48 seconds. And I said it in my TikTok that imagine being Paulino. You finally break 48. You've been looking to getting under 48 probably your entire career. You've already got the world final. She was Olympic champion too, right?
Hmm.
Finally got all of that. You finally get that 47 and you lose still. You still lose. And who do you lose to? You lose to the greatest 400-meter hurdler in history who just decided on a whim, hey, how about I take the hurdles off the track this year and see what I can throw down? Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, I might be the GOAT. I might be the GOAT. I, I think she's just like she made 47.71 look easy. Second fastest 400 of all time. I think like I'm a pretty loud person. I shout when I get really excited. To dismay of my friends when I'm hanging out with them and watching a football game because then the sound barrier is broken. I broke the sound barrier. I feel bad for my neighbors. Like there's pretty thin walls. Like if you're in the hallway, you can't hear me. Screaming at my TV because Sydney started, you could tell she was tying up a little bit at the end and Paulina was searching, but then Sydney finds another gear and bam, gold for the USA. That's probably the moment that's going to jump out at me from this entire championships the most because that I think was like probably one of, if not the most hyped up race, especially on the women's side. Because whenever Sydney touches something, it's like media gold. Everyone knows Sydney, everyone loves Sydney. It was just insane. And then we both hopped on Say to Serenity right after. Like it's really funny because Serenity started the live and like I joined it like a little right after she started when I was requesting to join. She's like, I just need to scream. And then I joined. I said, yeah, let's scream. We were both screaming. But yeah, that was a moment. That was a insane. I think the craziest part is the fact that we saw two go under 48. And like
Yes,
we gotta give our props to Nasser who ran 48-1 and it's bronze. I feel like any other year that would have won. So insane. I went off a little tangent there, but I think that was probably the biggest memory I have from this championships.
there's so many. Oh my gosh. We need to kind of do superlatives too.
Yeah.
Like quick superlatives. That, I mean, I remember we were all on there and we really didn't know what to say for like the first 10 minutes
Mm-mm.
because we expected something crazy, but that was like crazy, crazy,
Crazy,
crazy.
crazy.
Now we have beef between Paulino and Sid because Paulino's like, I'm the real champion. She don't race enough to be your champion. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Listen,
I will say, well, I was actually talking about this with Serenity on Courtney Harden's podcast. Check that out as well. Serenity thinks we think that she might have been mistranslated because Paulino doesn't speak any English, so we don't know if there was like she was trying to say something else.
that's true.
It came out wrong because I felt like it was kind of like surprising that Paulina would say that. So I
Yeah,
don't know. She might have fully meant it, but that was like an important clarification I kind of wanted to make. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, I mean, you race a ton during the year. At the end of the day, everyone's starting off on the same start line. The adrenaline's going to kick in for everybody else, with the amount of races or not. So I don't know. It's just a bit of I can't believe we have beef. I feel like we rarely see like beef like in like the mid. I don't know.
that's still a sprint. So it
It
kind
is
of
still.
falls into the category. If it is beef, like you said, because she easily could have been misunderstood and everything. So I will give that to her because she seems like a really nice person. Like I don't like I
Oh, she's
don't
super
really.
nice. Like I think we were chatting with her a little bit at Aflos last year. Super nice. But yeah, there's definitely a language barrier there, but like super friendly. But hey, everyone's got time for beef. It makes the sport more fun.
It makes the sport so much more fun. So I am 100% on board with that. I didn't know where to start with this because I actually have a couple. Um, and I guess I'll start by instead of saying, it is a memory, I'll just say it surprised me in a good way. It surprised me that Team USA did not have any issues in the men's 4x1.
Oh my
Like,
God, thank God. Kenny
like
finally got a world championship.
Kenny finally got a gold.
Yeah, Kenny.
Kung Fu, we love you, big dog. Um, Kenny finally got a gold. Courtney Lindsay scared me a little bit. On that third exchange or that second exchange. Um, but shout out to them. One thing that gave me reason to be like, oh my goodness. Picture me at home, waking up, crust still in my eyes. I don't have my second pair
God.
of eyes, and barely turning on the TV goes to the race. And I'm just watching circles. And I had to rewind because I'm like, oh, these people going kind of fast. Like somebody's coming out of the way. And to my chagrin, I want to make sure I get this right. Three female runners went sub 155 in the women's 800, with the
Yeah.
favorite getting the bronze medal, and Georgia Bell, who was contemplating which race she should run, outleaning Hodgson. We're talking 154.90 to 154.91. And then you think Mary Moore would be the Kenyan that makes it, but Odera
Oh,
takes
Dara.
it home. Or Dara, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
yeah, I was saying her name for emphasis again. I think she's like a crazy story because she's seen a dramatic like improvement in her performances. I saw somewhere on Twitter, apparently she like was running like in like the late 2010s and then took time off because I think she had two kids
Yeah.
and then kind of came back into the sport and then she's just gone from like 202 to 154. I don't think a lot of people knew she took a hiatus, kind of similar to Georgia Hunter Bell. So really crazy stuff. And we got to shout out Sage Herta Klecker. Dog.
155.
155, number three American all time. I I was so happy for this. It's crazy.
In
Crazy.
what world does 155 not medal?
I don't know. It's insane. Insane.
Listen, imagine this is my hope. This is my hope. Let a thing get back to that form that she had a few years ago, and let's add a relay. Let's take the mixed 4x4 off, and let's add a 4x8.
I know. We need a 4x8. Don't even get me started on this. I get heated. We need
Like,
a distance relay on the world stage. I don't know how we don't have one yet. The DMR is right there. Like, if you don't want to have a 4x8 because there's a lot of 4x1, 4x4, 4 by whatever, fine. Get a DMR. Let the distance runners have fun. There's one in the NCAA. Sorry, I
that's
get heated about this.
I
We
see
need
that.
a distance relay. We need it. We need it.
Spoken like a true distance legend.
Yeah, distance
That
runner.
is.
No.
That is true.
I was
That
a
is true.
four by eight connoisseur. That was my bread and butter.
I will say this too. So if we're doing superlatives, we gotta try to make some up. But it's gonna be like a creative superlative, and that's a fun way to recap this.
Mhm.
Who was what was the performance that you said, I didn't see that coming?
Okay, there's one, and it's a little niche. I got so invested in the men's triple jump.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
was crazy. And if I butcher any of the names, please forgive me. But basically in the final, and I kudos to Peacock, 'cause the way the broadcast was weaving the field events in during the entire meet, perfect. I was so invested. It never
Yep.
took away from any of the other races. I think it kind of helped with so many days in Worlds where it wasn't like, oh, we have to get 10 running finals in before we have like seven field events. It was like two or three field events a day. But the
Yep.
men's triple jump, oh my God. I was on the subway for this, so it was like cutting in and out. But basically, Pedro Pichardo, like he's leading. It's all good. Portugal's looking to win another medal. But like Italy was coming in. Basically, their star, Andy Diaz Hernandez, was supposed to be the one to win the first ever like Italian, I think, triple jump medal, I think, like in
Yep.
history. And he's having a bit of a rough day. He's getting pretty frustrated. It's looking like Pichardo has this in the bag. And then I'm pretty sure on the last jump of the competition, Andrea Dalla Valle, I really hope I'm saying this right, jumps to a personal best of 17.64 meters to take the lead over Pichardo. Pichardo's like,
Yep.
whoa, 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 what? And Dalla Valle, he's like running around like, what? Like, because it was like a big time personal best. I'm pretty sure he jumped into the top three with that. So he's like on the gold. He's got one hand on the gold medal. And it is down to the final jump in the competition. And Pedro Pichardo is like on the runway. This is like jump or go home. I mean, he's still in silver medal position. And at this point on the subway, I lose Wi-Fi. So I'm like, oh my God, no. I regain service and I just see Pichardo like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. He jumps to a world lead of 1791 to take the
Listen,
win on the final jump at the competition after it had been briefly stolen away by the Italians. But hey, the Italians still got their first ever triple jump medal. It just wasn't the jumper that they thought it was going to be. It was this new guy. So that was insane. That was probably the one I was like, I think I was just shocked I was so invested. Like, and again, kudos to Peacock because they had me super invested. There were multiple times this entire meet where I was like locked in on like the on the field events. And like I'm a runner, I'm still getting to know the field events and everything, and I'm glad I do because it's just so fun. Like there was one time, like I got home from said subway one of the days, and I put on the stream, not realizing it was the triple jump only stream, and I was locked into that for 20 minutes. I
it's so
missed
entertaining.
I missed like all the 800 semifinals because I was so locked in on the women's triple jump. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't have to watch the Americans fail to make the final, but it was okay. I got to watch Yulimar Rojas get a bronze after being injured for 2 years, like with the Achilles injury. The fact that she's back is incredible.
It's
But
insane.
that's my triple jump tangent.
You're I'm with it because that
It
was
was
an
great.
entertaining meet.
It really
I have
was.
to say this, man. Like the one that, and it shouldn't have surprised me. It really should. And I want to apologize to this athlete for even thinking this would be a fun competition. Ryan Krauser
Oh my gosh.
just said, the hell with all y'all. I'm just gonna pop out three throws or however many. I don't even know if it was what was it? Just I have to go look back because I forgot the exact. World Athletics doesn't show. Let me
I got
see.
the results up right here.
I got him too. He is thrown four times this year. So he threw all three throws in the preliminary, and if I'm not mistaken, and then he threw one in the final. So what was his preliminary? What was his furthest throw?
Um,
2199. 2199 was his furthest throw in the preliminary. And that was his second throw. Um, you want to know something crazy?
mm-hmm.
His second throw, his second throw, really even his third throw would have won the competition.
This is
Like
his first competition in like almost a year, by the way.
his first competition does not compete indoors, does not compete USA's. He had the bye going into Worlds. It's going to have the bye going into Worlds again and for Beijing. He threw four freaking times this year. Four. Four.
You got it.
Four. He threw four times. That is four number ones without the Roman numeral, the little slash line that goes. Four. I just need you to understand that. Four. Like Wendy's 4 for 4.
Four for
Four.
four. Four piece.
Four. Four piece. Get that
Lucky
four
number
piece
too.
McNugget. Four. You
What's
can't
my
see
lucky
me.
number, by the
Four.
way?
What happened?
Look, four is my lucky number, by the way.
Really?
It really, yeah.
I bet the 4th of July is lit then.
Oh, it really is. We would know. We were out on 4th of July for pre, and that was a
That's
good
true. And
that was a good time.
oh man, that was the media media 400
Oh
and
yeah.
everything where you did so well and
Thanks.
you had the heat
You
of death.
got you got to run it next year.
That's a lie. I saw what happened to somebody else that ran after you, and
Oh
that's not
God.
happening to me.
Hey,
Um,
hey, it'll be
so
okay. Coach Caitlin Hutchinson will make sure you're good.
Kayla Hunt, shout out to her. She's going to be a phenomenal coach one day, and she's
Oh
already a
God.
phenomenal athlete. Like
She
you
told me
have
to
to.
go out in 30 seconds, and I said, Caitlin, that is my 200-meter PR. And she said, I don't care. Do it. And I said, "Ugh." I went on like 32, I think. So I was close.
33.
33.
I videoed it. That's why.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I
Oh,
videoed the entire race. Shout out to the winners. I think Demetria
it
Carter.
was Demetra won.
Demetria
Because she's
won
the
that.
reigning champ. She's been, yeah, she'll
Yeah,
probably win again next year.
that's true. We need to do a 4x1. And I'll do that. I'll do that and stuff. I may run the 400 next year. We'll see. We have to
Do it.
do a poll on Lactic Acid. What's going to happen first? I run the Meteor
Everyone's gonna say you need to
400.
do it.
It's either going to be I run the Meteor 400 or I drink a coffee. Like,
I, I was trying to get him to drink a coffee for this episode, and he had the audacity to ask me if a caramel macchiato goo energy gel counted. And I was nice to him, and I said, yeah, totally. In my brain, I'm like, you're cheating. You're
okay.
cheating.
What was my original idea though?
You wanted to do chocolate milk and make an extra mocha?
Yeah, I was just gonna put some whipped
Which
cream on
you
it.
could have done, but you need coffee in it.
The crap you drink is not coffee with as much sugars in it.
Okay, yeah, I got my cute little ghost latte this morning. I don't normally get a sugar bomb like that, but it was great. I'll have to show a picture of it.
You know why
Uh,
they call it ghost? Because that's what happens to the caffeine when it gets overtaken by the sugar. It just
I
goes.
know.
But what
No.
did we settle on though? We settled on something even better.
Come on, it's my today. Oh, wait, let me turn my background blur off. Everyone, don't mind the open door of my bathroom. Look,
Yes, it was nice. It's going to be the profile picture that we use for this episode. How has it any resemblance to track? I don't know, but it's a
I put
celebration.
the Bakery. It was great.
Yeah,
I had
sponsor
a great
lactic
latte.
acid. Yeah, sponsored Lactic Acid, sponsored Taylor too. She's on that road to how many followers? 3K followers on
Oh
Gram.
yeah, right now we are at tw a little over 2,600. So I
Yeah,
think we
road
can
to
hit
3K.
50K by the end of the year. We'll see.
Yes, and get a brother to 1,000. I need that 1K. I need to
Let's do
add a
it.
K to my name. But yeah, four. Like just to show you, and then the injury that he was facing, and I mentioned this on Say It to Serenity, and this was the first time I went on there.
Mhm.
He is this is crazy if you think about it. The injuries that he's had, they're not like sprained ankles, they're not, little aches and stuff. Remember, this Joker competed with blood clots
Oh my God.
a couple years ago. And then he had a big elbow injury. And listen, I threw the shot, put y'all know on the show. I'm here to tell you, you need your elbow in more ways than you understand when it comes to throwing these dang implement like these massive objects. Like,
I hit my funny bone and I complain about it for an entire day. So I can't even imagine an elbow injury, especially when you're throwing
yes.
shot put. To be completely honest.
And think about the talent. That's crazy. But think about the
It
talent.
hurt.
It does hurt. It's you hit your funny bone and it ain't funny. The talent that like Trip was on a hot run, and shout out to Trip too. We love Trip. But
Yeah, Trip.
Tom Walsh, big time dude. Like that's crazy to me. He did not have to compete. He could have scratched all three throws if he wanted to, and still would have won on his second and third throw of the freaking year. So I said this before. I actually said it on Serenity Show. We have to sit down and have a thorough discussion about what the GOAT really, really means. And if he is not on your Mount Rushmore, if he is not next to Mondo Duplantis on your Mount Rushmore, then you need to go hide in a bush because you are not worthy enough to look at a mountain because that is dominance that we have not seen.
Yeah, I think we've been seeing a lot of like Mount Rushmore potentials from this World Championships. I mean, obviously Ryan Krauser. I was like running around my apartment yelling that he was the GOAT after I saw he won. Mondo, duh. World record number 14. The fact that that was like the least surprising result of the weekend is crazy. I think if Sydney can get this 400 world record, then she is absolutely cemented as one of the GOATs. So that's just three from the top of my head right there.
Oh my gosh. Obviously Bolt,
Bolt's up there,
um,
duh.
Faith,
Faith!
uh,
Oh my God, how could I forget Faith?
and shout out to Faith because that 1500, I was nervous for whatever
Dude,
reason.
Miss Girl is just so entertaining to watch every single time. Not even when like she's running, she's crushing. The reactions after almost every single race with Faith and her Kenyan teammates is like beautiful to watch. They are just so happy for each other every single time. Beatrice Chebet was sobbing after the women's 1500 out of happiness because it was like obviously Faith with the win. And then Dorcas Ewoy taking a very surprised silver. I remembered her from her Campbell days. When she got the silver, I was like, wait, that name sounds so familiar. So I immediately checked Tiffers and Tiffers, whatever. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it. She ran for Campbell, I think when I was like a freshman or sophomore in college. So yeah. And then they were all laying down on the ground with Jess Ho, who she picks up the bronze. It was just so wholesome. And you could tell like everyone loves Faith. Faith loves everybody. And then her and Beatrice were racing and duking it out in the five. I don't know. The Kenyans had such a good world championships on the distance side. Like they were crushing it. I think they swept every single women's distance event
They
because they
did.
got the 8, they got the 15, they got the 5K, they got the marathon,
They got the
and yeah, they got the
marathon.
10K too. Crazy.
Yep. Let's do this. What was the performance? We only have two more that made you say, okay, the future is here.
Oh, I immediately know.
I know which one you're going to, so take the floor,
Um,
sister.
Little Miss 100, 200 meter world champion Melissa Jefferson Wooden. I've been on that train since her Coastal Carolina days, and now she is here. She has arrived. The fact, like, she's scaring that 10-6 barrier, man. Did you see the way she surged at the end of that 200?
I did. I was like, dang, because
This
it was
girl, I think even if the heavy hitters, granted, I think the two did suffer a couple losses with Gabby out with the Achilles and Julian Alfred also out of a hamstring injury. I don't know if they were beating Melissa. Melissa surged in that final 50. I've crazy. Like, I don't know. So she put a stamp on that 100 200 double. Insane. Super happy for her. Like insane.
I think she goes faster if Julian Alfred was in the field
I agree.
because Julian Alfred can match that start and she could finish too. Boy, next year, next few years are going to be fun.
I know. I can't
Oh,
wait to
they're
see
good.
Gigi back. Oh man, I felt so bad for her after the 100. I mean, she crushed it. She picks up the bronze. But like, I think it was something she tweaked something in her hamstring. It's like an unfortunate time for that to happen. I'm just glad she was able to toe the line in the 100.
How do you
Definitely,
run 1083 with a bad hamstring?
I
That's
don't
crazy.
know. I don't know. It insane. I don't know. I think like I mean, I feel like Melissa was the front runner for me going in, but I was like, if anyone's gonna challenge her, it's Juju. And then no one knew about her hamstring issue until after.
Mhm.
But it was, oh man, crazy stuff. I'm just happy she was able to finish that race. And how about Tia Clayton?
Yeah.
Girl, talk about the future. The Jamaicans are in good hands. They are passing the baton from Shelly to the Clayton sisters.
Well, that brings me to my answer. It is the men's 100 meters with the Bleak Seville
Oh yeah.
and Shane Thompson. I did a video about a Bleak Seville winning the 100 and just the Jamaicans winning and the significance of that because it gives them confidence. Oblique needed one win. He just needed one. He could win everything but the big meet. But now that he got it, and now that Kashane is pushing, I'm telling you something. If Kashane can figure out that last 25 freaking meters of the men's 100, it's going to be a problem for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. But I love it because it really challenges Team USA. Like, you better get your stuff together and
I'm
stuff. Like, there is no, go ahead.
I'm kind of glad that the rivalry feels renewed. Because I feel like it was a while that we hadn't seen a Jamaican on top of the podium since,
Yeah.
like, the Usain Bolt days. And now it's like, oh, we're going to be seeing some good TV. It's a shame the Jamaicans couldn't get the baton around, though, in the 4x1. We were robbed of that showdown.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm glad the USA won. I'm American. But like
Shout out to, yeah.
I said in the other podcast, so I was talking, I was like, I love Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, but I remember when I was little, I'd be always like, come on, America. Oh no, the Jamaicans won again because she was so dominant. But it's like you can't help but love them because they're just so much fun. So definitely a bummer to not see them make the 4x1. That was definitely a surprise. But Oblique, another one. I was like, I saw his semifinal run and I was like, he's winning.
That
That
boy
was what I
different.
kind of predicted. I don't know.
You called him winning.
I called him winning. My predictions were definitely more on point at USA's. But granted, I had the entire world to guess from at Worlds, so it's a little trickier. But
What was the performance? And then we have one more after this. The performance that made you emotional.
oh, there was one that I almost started crying after.
You text me about it. I just forgot which one.
I can't remember which one it was. I mean,
But you're
I'm
like,
just
I'm
always
crying.
I'm always crying. How about you go first while I search up in my text and see which one it was? It might have been the women's 15.
I
Um,
I don't think it was that one.
oh man, this is gonna bother me. Like it's a lot of days to keep track of, guys.
You don't understand. So the one that I'm not like a crier by any means. So is it bad if I have two?
No, I'm an emotional person. I probably have four.
Okay, it is a tie. I mean, it's really more than a tie. I'm just trying to keep it to three. I've screwed it. We're gonna go three.
Go three.
We're gonna go three. We talked about this one earlier, but Curtis Thompson,
Yeah,
um, I don't think people realize how big that is. Like Kurt,
huge.
he has been like so consistent, and he's one of those people like when it comes, he's consistent. I hate that I'm about to say this. There's
Mhm.
consistent, and then there's like USA consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's consistent, you're consistently the best in USA, but it's a little bit difficult when you get to the world stage. He broke through that barrier and stuff. That is that's just huge, and I really hope that this accelerates the growth of the event because it is such an amazing. Listen, the javelin is tough. Like
Yeah,
it, it is,
I attempted to throw a javelin once and I somehow only managed to throw it 9 feet.
but that's not an
That
indictment on
practice.
you. That's practice, yes. That's practice makes perfect. But that's not like an indictment on you. That meat is just really freaking hard. Like I don't know, man. It was just amazing to see like somebody finally break through and
Hmm.
just take that. Another one, and I don't even know why. I can't even comprehend it. The women's pole vault.
Oh my
Like
gosh, yeah. No.
you talk about a crazy competition. Two former teammates, and it comes down to the last vault for the both of them. Like, and I'm so happy for Sandy, and I'm so happy for Katie because they're two great people, especially when it comes to the sport, and they do so much. And then, see, I'm going back and forth on this because there are a couple that I was like, dang. And in all fairness, I already named one of them, which was Ryan Crouser.
Yeah.
So I guess if I have to do three, oh, that's kind of tough. Cordell Tinch.
Oh yeah, that was one I was like,
Cordell Tinch. He is like what I said about Oblique Seville and Otto Bolden, Mr. Bolden,
Mhm.
um, alluded to this as well. He just need one. He just need one. And now that he's got one, the hurdles have become much more entertaining. Not to say that they weren't before, but it's gonna be crazy. Like I really feel that this is gonna help boost him and those matchups with him, Grant, when Daniel Roberts gets healthy, Dylan Beard, all those guys, like it's going to be fun. So those are my three. So what you got?
Now that I think about it, I think the one that I was super emotional was the 1500.
Yeah,
Talking about with Faith and all our teammates, I was talking about a little bit earlier. That was one that had me kind of in shambles a little bit. But I'm also a very emotional person. I think to kind of jump off the hurdles, the 100-meter hurdles
yeah.
was that was very definitely emotional because we have another entrant in the hurdles party. I really hope I say this right. If I'm saying it wrong, Switzerland, you could come after me. Ditachi Kembunchi. Kembunchi? I hope I got it. I am so happy for her. Like, she's won indoors. This is her first outdoor title. She was so excited after Toby Amusan gets the silver, and she was like so excited for Kambunji. Grace Start finally breaks into the
Great
podium.
start. Yep.
That was a big one. I was bummed for Masai, but I feel like the women's hurdles, I think, is one of, if not the most competitive event in all of track. Because it's like, again,
Oh
that's one
yeah.
you don't see a reigning champion there often. It's someone different every single year. So that definitely kind of had me a little like teary-eyed because like it's like you can't help but be happy for everybody. I mean, that's how I kind of roll. I think another one, I gotta say, I gotta shout out my guy, Cole Hawker.
Cold.
I
That
was
for sure made you cry. I know.
I was mad. I was so mad because I was so excited that he was in the 1500-meter final. And the next thing I know, he's disqualified. I was so mad about it. I was like, you should see my text to Dominique. I was mad. I was really mad. Just frustrating because again, it's like with like especially with no time qualifiers in these distance events, which I wish we had like one or two.
I do.
I think because it made it so cramped at the end of that 1500-meter semi. What else are you supposed to do than throw elbows? It sucks that it impeded the German guy. Like I heard that. I heard a rumor there wasn't even a protest filed. It was just World Athletics saw the jostling and just disqualified him. So like, I don't
That's
even know.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but like, So like I was just really frustrated for Cole, and just to see him bounce back and get the 5K. He pulled a Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
He
That was true Jakob energy.
that
So I'm
was
just happy he's going home with a world title. Sucks that it's not in the 15, but I think that kind of just like it worked out. But I mean, men's 15 did also make me kind of emotional because I had to watch Josh Kerr mess up his
yeah.
cat, and that was really hard to watch. Jake Whiteman, the man, the myth, the legend is back. He gets the
Oh
silver.
my goodness.
Oh my God, that made me emotional. He was close to winning that too. But shout out Isaac Nader, the guy from
Yes.
Portugal. It's kind of similar to the women's 100-meter hurdles. There's like it's like a new bombshell has entered the men's 1500-meter villa. There's like a new champ almost every single year. So like I was so thrilled for him. There's a lot to break down in that race, but I was just so happy for Jake Whiteman. I think that was another one that had me a little like I mean, I'm like that with everything. But yeah, I mean, it was okay, I remember which one it was. It was the hammer throw. It was women's
Oh,
hammer. Cameron
bro.
Rogers won, and I started crying. I was so happy for her. She was so happy. She got over 80 meters, I think. It was,
Yes.
and she is like one of the sweetest, nicest people I've ever interviewed. Like, she gave me a bear hug after I interviewed her, and I was like, you got a fan in me for life. So like, that was incredible. Another one that was we woven into the broadcast so well. Like we did not miss
Yes.
like any of the big throws, which was great. So that had me emotional. I mean, I get emotional really easily. It's just how I am.
I have one more, and this is a weird one, but I feel like you've answered yours. And this will be the last one. Then I want to briefly preview Athlos. Just get your thoughts on that. Then we're gonna get on
Oh
out
yeah.
of here. Okay. Who is who exemplifies I'm leaving here with you know that quote by Denzel, I'm leaving here with something?
Oh yeah.
So mine is Andre DeGrasse. Because
I
I
was
don't
about you took that out of my mouth.
that's why I went first and stuff. No, just kidding. I because here's the thing. I don't care how bad he runs in his individual events. Oh boy, does that dude not I think he saves everything for the relays. Like I really do. And so I was like,
The
bro,
Canadians are like low key, like the Americans' nightmare in the 4x1 because they walk us down. They get a medal every single time. We finally got them this time, but DeGrasse, I'm
flawless,
a DeGrasse fan since I was like a kid, which is says a lot about how long he's been around. But
flawless handoffs. I mean, but there's another one. Really, you could put Cole Hawker in that category too.
oh yeah, I've got one brewing in my mind that I actually haven't delved into too much.
Speak on it.
I mentioned him at the very beginning of the show. Jordy Beamish literally got stomped in the face
Listen,
and still got up, made it through the set. Like so, okay, little clarification for all my homies that don't know exactly what happened. This guy, New Zealand legend, he's running in the prelim for the steeplechase, falls with like I think like a lap to go. There is this insane photo. Whoever got that photo better get like $1 million because it is a
awards.
shot of a lifetime. You can see this person's spike just closing in on Jordy Beamish's face. It looked like he is so lucky he didn't actually get like spiked in the face because that could have been really bad. He could have poked an eye out or something. This man is fully on the ground, gets up, finishes, makes it through with an auto qualifying spot. So we don't have to worry about a protest or anything. And I knew I have witnessed Jordy Beamish firsthand with his scary kick. Really scary. Milrose Games 2022. Cole Hawker and Cooper Tier looked like they were locked up to win the 3K. And then out of nowhere, Jordy Beamish just like weaves his way through the two of them and wins like the Milrose 3K. I watched that. I was right at the finish line. It was my first Milrose ever. So I've always known what this guy is always cooking. I was kind of surprised he hadn't won a world title yet because I'm like, he's got like one of, if not the fastest kick out of all these guys. So you fast forward, men's steeple final. It's looking like El Bakali's going to take it again. And then somebody who was at, I think, 11th at the bell.
King, yeah. 11th
This man,
call.
Jordy
11th.
Beamish, has the most insane final 100 meters and he wins the world title. So yeah, he was leaving with something. It was a global world championship medal. I don't even know what I'm saying. World championship gold. But it was crazy. El
Oh my,
Bakkali was so upset after that too. I felt bad for him. I was
I
like,
did
damn.
too.
But then they were swimming together in the steeple pit after.
I
They
can't
they
do that.
majority were in the steeple pit, like
I saw
swimming.
that.
I was like, word, okay, yeah, I love that. So yeah, that was one where like he was leaving with a medal. He had something to prove. He made it on art, but make it sports. It was a great weekend for Beamish. I'm just glad he didn't get an eye poked out or anything. Coffee Club. I still got to listen to that episode. I wonder if it's out yet. And just, that was insane.
Who commented Coffee Club Lactic Acid collab?
Oh, you're giving me an opportunity to shout out Carson. That's my guy.
Carson.
So me and him commentate a ton of Mile Split together. Listen to his podcast In Full Stride. We interview a ton of he interviews a ton of the local New York high school runners and they're really fun. I'm on an episode. Check it out. I gotta get you and Carson to meet. We'll make that happen.
Yeah, I'll be in New York, so we're gonna make it happen. We'll do a live, or we'll do live from like we'll do live from Cat's Deli.
Oh hell. Oh my God. Yeah, I'll text him. We'll make it happen.
But
That would be crazy.
yes, and since you don't like cucumbers and what they
No,
ferment
no, 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 no,
into,
no. I don't like pickles. I love cucumbers. I hate pickles.
okay, well they serve cucumbers apparently. You got to get a bucket of cucumbers or a bucket of pickles.
I'll do a bucket of cucumbers, but I hate pickles. I hate pickles. I
Okay,
do need to
well,
eat a cat's deli though.
yeah, I gotta get the cats for that 99-cent piece of one of those.
Yeah.
Carson, listen, you're doing great work. I love high school when it comes to running. I used to cover it, and I just there's a different energy about it. Keep on doing what you're doing, brother. You always got a spot here at Lactic Acid.
Oh my God,
You
we gotta actually make this happen. I'm gonna text him right after we're done.
we'll make it happen. Listen, there's always a seat at the table for any guests, all thrill and no fail. We'll listen, all three of us will join in on the episode
That'll be crazy.
and we'll make it
You don't know
happen.
what you don't know what you're bringing. It's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be so much fun.
We're gonna do a holiday episode.
Do a holiday episode?
Yes, I do a holiday episode every year, and then I do it's called a bucket of track talk and fried chicken, and we're going to just celebrate. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, let's go.
And we're gonna have end of the year superlatives and end of the year gifts when it comes to the running world of high school, collegiate, and it's gonna be like the Bowerman Wars. It's like our own version of the Bowerman.
Oh, sweet. Count me in.
So be sure, and then be sure, listen, Milrose and the Armory, all that stuff is about to start up. If you are in the New York area or you just a fan of track and field, listen, go follow Taylor. She is on the mic doing all the stuff behind the scenes, making the experience great for everybody. She and that
Yeah.
team work so hard and it is gearing up. They have 60 meets this year, which is just insane.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna be it's gonna be crazy. Please pop out. It's so much fun. No place like the Armory. I got some ideas cooking already for some
yes,
coverage. That'll be
we
fun.
got Chef Tay on the pot like we do all the time. You already know how we do all through it,
Yeah,
no filler. That's how we roll, listen, and everything. Quickly, in 45 seconds.
45
Athlete,
seconds. Okay, I'll
Athlos. Uh-oh.
Nah, I'm kidding.
No. Just brief. Athlos. That's coming up. That's a fun meet. That's going to be at Icon Stadium in New York. What can we expect? What are you
Oh,
looking forward to?
party. Big
Party.
party. Quite literally. It is so much fun. It's everyone gets a shot to close their seasons out in a fun way. I went last year and I'm so glad I was able to get a credential and that I live super close to Icon because it is like it's insane. The show they put on for these athletes is nuts. You quite literally get a concert after. We're getting Ciara. We get to see Ciara live.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, last year media was able to go for the Megan show. So that was so hopefully the same is this year. But yeah, so it's just a party. It's really fun. We got a ton of world champs and world medalists coming up. I think I'm pulling up the roster right now, but from the top of my head, I know Miss Melissa Jefferson Wooden should be going. Uh, oh, Tara Davis Woodall. They're doing this is gonna be cool. They're doing the long jump in Times Square.
That's why I saw that.
And I'm
Yeah.
going. I'm so excited for that. That's gonna be lit. There's a lot of people coming in. I'm bummed that Gabby Thomas is hurt because she did it last year and she had such a great showdown with Brittany Brown, who will be coming back as well.
Hey,
Yep, there's Melissa. The whole Star Athletics group is going. Kayla White's gonna be there. Oh, they got Amy Hunt.
Amy Hunt's
Oh,
coming.
in the mile, Faith Kipyegon. I really hope I said that right. She's coming in. Nikki, Jessica Hole. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of returning faces. 400. I'm like keeping my fingers and toes crossed that Sydney decides to add one more race to her schedule because Paulino and Nasser are both running it. And the Athlos website says one more name is coming soon. So if people hypothetically are thinking maybe, just maybe, if we get one more showdown and the world record goes down, if they can get Sydney to Athlos, I think that would break the internet, or at least the track internet. But I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. We're still getting a showdown between Paulino and Nasser, which I'm excited about.
Basically, it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be lit.
Next up. So if you're in New York, please go get your tickets. Enjoy this wonderful creation. I'm sure obviously there's going to be places that you can watch outside of New York. So definitely stay tuned. So, with that being said, I have a question, and this is how we're going to wrap up the show.
Oh
And
God.
then you can ask me a crazy question, okay?
Oh no, not again. Last time
Yeah.
last time you gave me the entire show to come up with a question. Now I have what, 30 seconds?
Blame the roach.
Okay, true.
Yeah. When is it too early to listen to Christmas music?
Ooh. Anyone that's listening to Christmas music now, I don't trust them.
You don't
And
trust me. I started on Monday.
okay, all right, you're insane.
Slight just
I will say
okay,
there's
that's
one
fine.
exception. There's one exception. There's one Christmas song that I listen to every once in a while, like year round, and it is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
I hate that song. I'm not sorry. Mariah, I love you, but I'm
I'm
so
gonna
tired of
quit.
that dang song.
I'm gonna leave the podcast. You're never gonna talk to me again. That was like my high school team song. That was the song. We would play it on the bus going home from meets every single time. I would say I try not to listen to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving.
That's demonic.
Sometimes I'll do it like a week or two beforehand if I'm really feeling up to it, but I think last year was like the first time I actually started like getting into the Christmas mood in like early November because I'm like, it's not fall isn't over yet. I don't want to rush into winter. So, yeah, I think you're crazy.
That's okay. I'm not, but
You
I
are.
understand the sentiment. I know we go low key. I don't go full blast. I just listen to about 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, somewhere in that range. Little Boys to Men, little Anthony Hamilton. I don't get into the deep, deep stuff. Bing Crosby, all them, and all that. We saved that for November 1st. But Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, all them, Luther Vandross. That's November. That's when it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I never hear that song by Mariah Carey again, it won't be too soon. Like
But it's a good song. It's lit.
it is lit, but it's been lit for like the past 90 years. So we need to find a new song or everybody just here's the thing, enjoy it. But just know when it comes up on my iPod, I'm gonna skip it. Okay. Last one, then we're gonna get on out of here.
Oh boy. Now I have to think of something.
Yeah,
Oh, see, last time you teed me up and I thought of the superhero powers question.
that was a really good question.
Oh no. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna keep going with the holiday. If there was one, okay, let's say January 1st rolls around and there was one holiday that the entire world was forced to celebrate for like the entire calendar year. If there was one holiday, it could be like, let's say, the season leading up to Halloween or the season leading up to Christmas. If there was one that you could spend the entire year, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, which one would you want to celebrate for an entire year?
That is the hardest question. That is such a question that I'm not a fan of you anymore because you asked for that question because that is so freaking hard. It's not even funny. Like, I don't understand. Man. I'm gonna say Thanksgiving.
Okay,
I love
I don't hate that.
Christmas, and I'm probably gonna change it to Christmas. Here's the thing, it's so hard because I love Thanksgiving signifies fall. That's why I love like when it gets darker earlier. I know that's crazy. Um,
I hate
but
it.
that's cool. I love like when the cold fronts kind of drop through the area. And listen, I live in Florida, so it was 92 degrees today. You
Yeah,
know,
it's gonna be like 30 degrees and dark here in a matter of months. So
that's
you can't,
perfect.
yeah.
So send some of that down. But I don't know, I love it like down here when the wind switches from the south to the north and it takes away the humidity. I love, we get foliage sometime in November, and by foliage, like if the sun hits your leaf a little hard, then it turns brown and we call that foliage. Like, I don't know. I don't know, it's just unique. But I'll probably say Christmas.
Yeah, I'm sticking with a fall holiday. Halloween year round.
That's horrible.
I love Halloween.
That's fair, but I don't know if I could do
Yes.
it.
But I love fall as well. And I just like I feel like the leading up to Halloween here is so much fun because it's like everything turns orange. A lot of fun football games are going on. And you get to dress up. I just candy. I just love Halloween. I love Halloween. If we could do like a year long of fall and a year long of Halloween, I would do it. Although Thanksgiving, I think I was kind of considering Thanksgiving too. Christmas, I think I'd just get sick of it. Halloween, I don't get sick of. Christmas, I get sick of.
I can agree with
As
that,
much
but
as
here's
I love
the
Christmas, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas, but I don't know.
but
I
I
feel like I
can't
always
listen
want
to
to.
Christmas music year round. So I'm with you. So I'm gonna go back to Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is about food.
Yeah.
And you're
Food and
tampering with the
football and
recipe.
family. Well, family first. Family, food, and football.
Yes. Food, family are one on one. Because if the food is not good, you ain't gonna want to be with your family, especially if your family is the one that cooked the bad food
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff. So, yeah, food, family, food, football, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but you could tamper with recipes and you could try new things, and so I would say that. But it's like Halloween is on its way to Christmas, and since Halloween is not a holiday, then it's a part of the celebration. Yes, I said it. Just like
I consider it
Valentine's
a
Day is not a
holiday.
holiday.
I mean, yeah, well, it is to me.
But that's fine, and I want you to celebrate. October 31st, nobody bother Taylor. She is gonna turn up for Halloween, and that's just
I think
how it is.
Halloween's on a Friday this year, but
That's
unfortunately,
crazy.
I don't think I can go this too crazy because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have work the next day. But I'm gonna have a nice little comp. The nice thing about going living in New York City is that you could go pretty much the entire week span of Halloween weekend. You could just pick and choose your day, and you'll find friends to go out with. So and plus, like, I mean, I love Halloween movies. I'm probably gonna watch Corpse Bride or Nightmare Before Christmas soon. We're getting almost to that time with a month to go. So yeah.
Well, glass us up to a successful track and field outdoor championship season. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We've tried to bring you entertainment from USA's to outdoors and all that fun stuff. So listen, the fun's just started. There's still more off-season content, some interviews here. Be sure to follow Taylor Tay 29. That's where you can find her on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's Taylor Mascetta TV on Twitter if you haven't
I
changed your
actually changed it. I changed it because I
Did you?
realized everyone knows me as like Tay929, and that was my old username on Twitter. And I was like, people are not going to be able to find me if it's different. So I did change it to Tay92901. So you can find me
Okay.
there. If you
Well,
look up Team Set TV, you'll find my old Twitter account, which is just I mean, it's pretty similar to. I wanted to do a fresh start when I went to Syracuse, so it's
yeah.
pretty much the same content that I would have had in my person. I didn't even need to change it, but I just did. But yeah, follow me there. It's fun. We have a good time.
And Tay's talks on
Yes, that I never changed. I
and
thought that
then in 6 days or 5 days if you're listening to it, make sure to wish my sister a happy birthday to
yeah.
and everything and stuff. So love, peace, and chicken grease. Thank y'all for tuning along. We'll catch you next time.